Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. Celebrating 10 years of award-winning car talk, it's the In Wheel Time car show, your go-to all things automotive place. Today, coming to you from the Houston Summer Auto Show at NRG Center. It's a special edition on this Friday. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong, Jeff Zekin, the fabulous transmission specialist, David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. It's a great day, and you know we're going to go off of our usual format, if that's okay with you, Mr. Mars, because
yes, following you.
All right. So I thought that what we would do, since this is a new car show, that we would review a new car. Okay, time now for this hour's car review. I had a chance to drive the 2021 Chevrolet Trailblazer. Now, this is a small crossover SUV, according to your government. We call it a subcompact. At any rate, it comes in multiple trim levels, starting with the L, then the LS, the LT, the Active, which is new for this year, and the RS, top of the line. Of course, that's what I had. The RS all-wheel drive, and all-wheel drive with the RS package, that's standard all-wheel drive. What size class, as I mentioned, small crossover SUV, seats 5 passengers. The exterior, well, it has a Camaro-like front grille, if you can imagine this. It also has dual exhaust holes in the back, although it has a tiny, tiny motor, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. It has an optional white roof color, which is kind of like a Mini Cooper in a way, if you will. It has a wide opening rear hatch. I mean, you can open the hatch up and you're going to be able to fit everything that you need to fit inside it through the rear hatch. You don't have to wiggle around anything to get back in there. What I liked about it, the attractive overall design. I don't think anything could use improvement. It's pretty sharp looking little vehicle. Interior highlights include a Camaro-like instrument cluster. Yep, I think that they borrowed a lot of the things that make a Camaro, and put it into this Trailblazer. It also has a built-in infotainment screen as opposed to one that kind of sits up on the dash. Nice color combination options in the interior depending on the trim level. Cloth seating looks high quality. It feels great. I liked it a lot. Cargo trunk room, well, for vehicle size, as I mentioned, Chevy makes the most out of the space. What I liked about it, the thoughtfulness in the design and function. What could use improvement? I would have liked to have seen GPS, but it doesn't have one. It does have the technology package option on this car for $1,620, but it does not include GPS. I don't know what it gives with that. Engine, this has a 1.3-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine. That's the option for 155 horsepower. The standard engine is a 1.2-liter 3-cylinder, and it just doesn't have enough horsepower. This one comes equipped with a 9-speed automatic transmission. Gets 26 city, 30 highway for a combined of 28 miles per gallon. I got almost 30, 29.9 over 389.6 miles. So it does have that going for it as far as mileage is concerned. However, the transmission does want to downshift quite frequently. And like I said, it has a 9-speed in it. It has so little power that the vehicle wants to downshift to get the most out of what power it does have. Ride and handling, overall, great ride quality on the road. What could use improvement? Absolutely nothing. It rides great. Base trim price on this is $27,000. Prices tested $31,225. The base model price, the entry-level price on this with delivery, is $20,200. And compared to others in its class, the Mazda CX-30 for $23,425, the Kia Soul for $26,660, and the Honda HR-V starts at $23,695. Overall, I give it high marks for the size and the kind of vehicle this is. If you're looking for an entry-level SUV, I would suggest that you check this out for sure because it's pretty good overall. And that's my review of the 2021 Chevrolet Trailblazer here on the In Wheel Time program. There are some recalls that I wanted to get to.
There's always recalls.
Always, every week. And, you know, there are pages and pages of them. Here's some from Arcimoto. I've never heard of Arcimoto. Don't really care, and I'm not going to dull you with that. Ducati recalls, Jayco recalls, Bluebird recalls. Just to give you an idea that anything with wheels on it gets recalled at some time or
Bluebird's
another.
the bus.
Yeah. So as far as cars are concerned, Alfa Romeo, Giulia, and Stelvio from the 2019 to 2021 model years, rotor and shaft may separate, causing a loss of ABS. Okay? And I'll tell you what to do after you get done with all of these, how to handle it. Porsche, the Cayenne line from 2020 through 2021. The E-Hybrid, the GTS, the S, and just the plain Cayenne. Missing seal heater may prevent airbag deployment.
Yikes.
Volkswagen has a bunch. Modifications to vehicles made them non-compliant. So they're going to recall the recall on
the diesels.
The 2016 through 2018 model years of Atlas, CC, E-Golf, Golf, Golf R, Passat, Tiguan, and the Touareg.
I think that's everything.
Pretty much. Warped axle flange may fracture wheel studs in the Ford Transit 2019 version.
Ooh, that's not good.
So what you need to do is to make sure that your car is on or off of the recall, just to give you some knowledge of what you should or shouldn't do. Go to safercar.gov, pull your insurance card out of your wallet, punch in the VIN number that you'll find on there, and then it will take you to look at your car, and it'll tell you if there are any recalls on your car.
Well, it tells you, is there a recall, and was the recall completed already, or does it still need to be completed? So it's actually pretty good information on safercars.gov website.
I agree. Yeah. So it's good stuff, and I would encourage you to do that. And really, I would also encourage you, whether you hear any of your cars on our recall list or not,
go do it anyhow.
Yeah. Every 2-3 months when you're on there surfing the web, let's go see if my car's on the recall list.
And part of that, too, is, all the manufacturers have a responsibility to contact you about a recall, but if you've moved and you haven't left a forwarding address with the manufacturer and your forwarding address notice with the post office has expired, it's going to be hard to find you.
Yeah.
That was something we ran into all the time, was you couldn't find the owners of the vehicles for the recalls.
Well, I'll give you a perfect example. Remember when the airbag recall came out?
The Takata originally, yep.
The Takata airbag recall.
It's still going on.
And I knew somebody that actually kept getting postcards on the car because that postcard was somehow connected to this address.
Right.
And finally, we tracked this person down and said, hey, man, need to really take the car in. Yeah. Finally did. And this car was a hoopty deluxe. It was trash.
It was a beater.
It was a total beater with pretty much trash in the car. I mean, it was
looked like my trunk.
Kind of looked like your trunk.
Yeah,
no,
junk in the trunk.
No,
yeah,
at least your truck was neat in appearance.
Okay.
So this was not. But by golly, they took it in, and those fine folks there at the Honda dealership, wherever they took it, those fine folks at the dealership, they took it in there and replaced that airbag.
Oh, yeah. Now
even though it was a hoopty.
This beater of a car has got a brand new airbag, and usually that meant that piece
cover,
of the dash or the cover of the steering wheel looked brand new again.
Yeah, exactly. But at least we got it fixed. So if you know somebody that is possibly on any kind of a recall, we need to actually help them out and say, hey, man.
Safercars.gov.
Safer.
SAFER.
SAFERCAR.
You use hoopty and
Is it okay?
beater in the same sentence.
I did.
Yep.
Well,
You can be both.
Because, we've all owned, at least I have, owned a hoopty at one time.
Oh, and I had a beater.
Oh, no, not me.
Oh, yeah. The 54 Chevrolet 3/4 ton utility truck that I had was a real beater. and it had rust holes in the cab that were big enough to put legs through.
Yeah. Datsun B210 with holes in the floor.
Probably because it wasn't airtight and watertight.
I was uptight and out of sight. So we have
Ready to fight.
ready to fight.
You know,
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
and speaking of watertight, we had a couple of floods and we had a problem with water.
No, we had floods?
Just here recently, like yesterday, we had some flooding over in the other part of the world in East Texas, and so what do you do about it? Well, Jason Lall is here. He's with a company called Nothing In.
He's the law?
Lall.
Johnny
Yep.
Lall.
Yep, he is. He's been looking for you. That's the reason he was standing around over here.
Yeah, I got more people than him looking for me, apparently.
Yeah. So he's got something that might help us next time we run into one of those flooding situations.
Well, Johnny, it's good to have you here. Thanks so much for joining us.
I'm sorry. Did I say Johnny?
You said you did.
Did I say Johnny?
No, you said Jason.
Jason.
He's thinking Johnny Law.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what it is. So, Jason,
Yes, sir.
well, leave it to me to screw it up right off the bat.
No problem.
So, Jason, thank you for joining us today. So,
right.
what is world's first vacuum-sealed car bag?
Yes, sir.
Why not?
I
I
did.
never thought of it. Now, I've seen the ones where you drive in and you blow it up.
Yep.
That kind of keeps the water out. But yours is just the opposite.
You drive on top of it and you flap it over. Because the problem with our competitors, I mean, they make a good product, right? But you need 3 people to do it. You need a guy on the left side, you need a guy on the right side, you need somebody in the car to be able to drive it in. And then on top of that, you don't vacuum seal out all of the air. And what happens is when you have 145 mile per hour winds, this 5 mil to 10 mil tarpaulin material that they use to make their bags is beating the hell out of the cars, right?
Yeah.
And so
Never thought of that.
Yeah, it's like
got all that space. It's like a flag flapping
it's
in the breeze.
sandblasting the thing,
Yeah.
right? And so also the life of the material of a 5 mil and a 10 mil tarp material is not going to last very long, especially
Not
after just
Texas
one storm.
sun either, yeah.
Right, and so we purchased some of these bags and we inspected them very carefully, and I tested every single one of them, and I noticed that they had a lot of flaws. And then the most devastating flaw that I thought was the car floats away.
Oh, wow.
I mean, you put it in the bag, and in the morning the car's gone, like
It
halfway
bubbles
down in the middle of the lake
Kind of
somewhere.
like a catalytic converter. Just boom, there it's gone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what we decided, I inspected everything, and I consulted some guys from the Air Force, Special Forces PJs, and I said, I would like to put something together that is 100% waterproof, 100% everything proof, right? Hail proof, sand proof, wind proof, rain, moisture, every single thing proof. And it has to be able to be reused multiple times. And I do not want it to scratch the vehicle. And it has to be able to withstand 300 mile per hour winds without distorting and staying exactly in its shape. So we went through a lot of testing, and I inspected a lot of zippers, because the zipper was the main problem, because the air is always going to leak through the fabric of the zipper. So we had to use a special proprietary zipper that seals behind as the zipper is being zipped the bag up. The zipper will actually seal behind it, so there will be no air leakage or any kind of water can get inside.
Cool.
Yeah. So it's the number one. I mean, nobody can compete with us.
So it really, when you put it in this enclosure,
Yep.
and then you're sucking all the air out of
But
it.
you
Suck
said,
out all the air.
but you said, I guess the bottom part of it, you drive onto it,
Yes, sir.
and then you say that you flap over
flap
the
over.
top and then zip it up,
all the way around.
and then how do you suck the air out of it?
In the rear, you're going to see a little vacuum seal port. So you just unscrew that, put a normal size wet dry vacuum cleaner on it, and 8 minutes later, it's completely
So
conformed
it's like
to
taking the
vehicle.
air out of an air mattress.
It's
You
like
suck it
it's
in.
like,
Like sous videing your car.
Yeah.
no. I'm thinking about the bag. We got the blankets
Right.
and all the
Or your-
stuff
your
that
winter
goes over.
clothes,
Yeah. And I've seen
That's
it on
exactly
TV.
it.
It's
Yeah.
the same thing, but
As
it's
seen on TV.
but it's bigger for a car.
Exactly.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Different sizes for different cars?
Yes, we have the small, the medium is full size, like the E-Class size Mercedes or like a Kia
Yeah.
Optima kind
Yeah.
of size car. And then you got the large for like the
SUVs?
the SUVs and the Dodge Rams or anything with like a lift kit that is aftermarket. We would ask the customer to just at least measure the height, because we already know the width and the lengths are all pretty much universal, but the height can give a discrepancy because you're going to need more fabric.
So these are custom made then?
Well, actually, the small, medium, large are going to be pretty much standard. But if you have
Off the shelf?
Yes, sir.
So like this Dodge truck in front of us, this Ram, the bag is already that shape.
Well, actually, it's going to be flat, right? So as you drive the vehicle on it, you're going to flap over another exact identical flat piece, square, right? So it's going to go on the other side, and then you zip it up from the front all the way around the right-hand side of the vehicle, and it's going to go around the rear, and then on the very back, you're going to see the vacuum seal port, and it's going to be very high-quality grade vacuum seal, and it's about the size of a silver dollar. It's actually the exact same size as the vacuum.
The vacuum nozzle.
The nozzle, right.
So it's two-piece, a top and a bottom, not coming up from the sides. I was thinking you would come up from the side and the zipper would run down the hood across the cab.
Right. No.
I don't think you want the zipper coming down the hood.
No, well, I know, but I mean, in my mind, that's where I went at first, but it makes a lot more sense to go around the sides.
Well, it's interesting that you could get a zipper to hold a vacuum.
Right.
Exactly.
And I think that's what you were talking about. Because a zipper is, the air is going to pass through it.
But you'll notice, too, at the very end of the zipper, it's got a little handle on the zipper, okay? And as you're pulling it, it's extremely high-grade zipper, so it actually gets a little bit hot because there's some friction as it's closing it. Now, as it gets to the very end, there's about like 2 millimeters before it actually closes. At the very end of it, there's like a little teardrop, and you have to pull it into the teardrop. When you do that, it
seals it up.
It actually locks it into place, and it will not move, right? Now, as you pull out all the air, you will notice that it's conforming to the vehicle.
Yeah.
And that is what removes the air from of course, it removes the air from the car, and it stops its buoyancy, so it will not float away.
Well, not only that, the flapping from the wind.
Absolutely. 300 miles per hour, we have tested the wind under 300 mile per hour conditions in a controlled environment, and the actual cover does not even move at all.
No
distortion at all. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, so using our Ram truck that's sitting in front of us as an example.
Yep.
So inside the bed, if there's no bed cover on it, does
it will dip down inside?
Down it?
Yeah.
And the wheel wells, does it kind of go up into
It'll go up inside the wheel wells. It will conform all to the shape of the wheels. You will know exactly what kind of vehicle it is.
So you've got a website that you show all this as a demonstration on your site?
Actually, the website was crashed because we just took a 600,000 piece order.
Oh,
wow.
So, yeah.
600,000 of these.
600,000 of them.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
No
Well,
lie.
is that a good thing? I mean, can you get 600,000 made to finish the order?
Well, yeah, because what happened was, because we've only been like really in production for 6 months now, and so what happened was I started with one factory, and then it went a month later we were up to 3 factories, and then another 2 months later we were up to like 7 factories. Now we're up to 19 factories.
Wow.
And they've retasked all of their employees just to do this because the orders are coming in so hard. And in Dubai, they have a big problem with sand and dust.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah. So it sandblasts the cars. And they have $1 million cars out there, And so they did a really big order with us as well, And
so are you going to take those over there yourself? Are you going to hand deliver those?
we're going to ship them.
great
all
big
600.
ship.
They want us to come,
Yeah.
So
We can do a remote from there for you.
So,
Yeah.
We can help.
is the material inside the cover
TPU coated.
different than the outside of the cover?
It's the exact material, but it's got a coating inside, so it does not scratch the vehicle.
okay.
Yeah.
So it's a little softer inside.
How much
Very
does one
soft, yes.
for a medium-sized car?
It's $400 for a medium size, and
That's all it is?
yes, sir. And the reason why we keep our price point down right now is because this is an emergency situation product, and we want to really distribute it all throughout the entire country relatively very quickly, and then later on we'll raise the prices because
Can I put it on my Corvette in it and set it outside?
Absolutely. And if you want it because of the heat, we have these are matte black right now, so they are quite hot, right? It will attract
So
heat.
is Corvette black.
Yeah, so what we do is if you want to have something that will keep the car cooler, we will provide you with one that has an ultraviolet inhibitor that is highly reflective.
Well, as an example, his Corvette is covered up already. He's got a new cover on it. So you could technically put your product around
Over
it
that
with
cover,
the cover,
yeah.
so you
Exactly.
can maintain like a double layer or double protection.
Exactly.
Yeah, the other cover kind of protects you from the sun. You know, and for $400,
He'll take two.
I'm thinking that's
Mars?
Cheap.
I think
Well, that's not outrageously different to anybody else's car cover.
well, the car
Exactly.
cover is $200.
All right.
Right.
Now,
Depends on the level of cover you
Well,
get,
yeah.
though.
He did say it's for emergency purposes in the 300-mile-an-hour winds, and now that's a hurricane.
Yeah.
What else costs $400 for a hurricane? A generator. So you're going to buy a
A
generator.
300-mile-an-hour
No,
hurricane.
generator's
You're
gonna
not going
be
to buy a
$1,200,
generator for $400.
$1,400.
Yeah, I
generator
was
for your
gonna say.
home when the power goes out, if you still have a home. But I'm saying that cost for emergency, it kind of equates it to me.
Well,
So how many times could you reuse it?
Smoker.
We've actually used one in demonstrations 97 times, and it has not one hold or anything problem with it at all.
well, I
And it's
also,
been holding the vacuum seal no problem.
See, I'm kind of wondering. So,
What are you wondering,
well,
Mars?
no, I'm wondering. You see these transports. They've got things on the cars to protect them.
Exactly.
I'm thinking, why don't the OEMs for $400 for a $50,000-$60,000 car seal it up and then
It's
put it,
reusable.
That's
No,
another
and we-
300,000 order for him.
Yeah, there you go.
Just sold 300,000 for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take my commission.
Thank you.
one of the other things I noticed on here is bullet one on your sheet is you can use it either sucked down and tight, or you could blow into it,
And it
so
will
you
expand.
create an
say
expanded
that?
bag
He
to
just said
protect
that.
you from
Yeah, he did.
hail.
Exactly. You can take softball-sized hail. You can stand on top of this building, and you can throw that as hard as you can down. Use the force of gravity to accelerate it, to help it accelerate, and that thing will just bounce right off because you got like 3 or 4 feet of air.
Not on my Corvette. My God, it put a hole in it.
But that's
But he's
that's
saying
what
it
he's
won't-
saying
it
is
won't
this
touch it.
cover.
It dissipates
this
the
cover
energy.
will create
Yeah.
so much air gap to the vehicle inside
And
of
Let's
it.
not
that
really
even
it's
talk
tight.
about that,
That's
okay?
dissipating
I
all
don't
the
want
energy.
to talk about
I think
that.
we should try
About
it.
hail?
Yeah.
I think we should
Hail.
try it.
Not on my Corvette.
Well, but your
no,
Corvette
but I mean,
would show up perfectly.
No.
If it failed,
But
they
that's
would
a good.
absolutely see it.
That's a good point. Is there a guarantee or warranty if something like that happens?
Yes, we have a 2-year warranty on there against just normal storm wear and tear. Now, we do also tell our customers, like if, for example, if you have a hurricane, if you have a tornado, and if you got a 2x4 that's going 10,000 miles per hour and it hits the windshield and it's sticking
Yeah,
out
Not
of
going to
there,
protect
then,
anything.
we can't protect against something extreme of that
what
nature
is the
like
name
that.
of the product?
It's called Nothing In.
Nothing in.
Nothing In.
I like it.
Because nothing gets in.
Yeah,
That's
for
great.
Sure.
That's real good. Well, the other thing about pulling a vacuum on it, you're also extracting the humidity you've packaged
Exactly.
inside
Right.
the covering.
Now, I will note something. That just say, like, for example, you have all these cars inside here underneath the air condition. So if for example, if I had one of the bags on one of these cars and if I took the car outside in the bag into the warm, naturally, just from the process of condensation,
Ambient air.
it will start to condensate
ambient.
inside. So we give you 2 desiccant
How-
sacks.
but
You
if-
just put that in and it resolves that issue.
Can you do that? I mean, if you bag it,
Desiccant sacks
lack
will
of
be
a better
underneath,
term.
under the undercarriage. It'll
Yeah.
just be sitting right in there. No problem.
So you have
No,
one
but
of these
can
on
you move
display
it,
at your
though?
booth?
Say again.
you move it. How would you, if you drive the car up on, I'm trying to visualize this, you drive it up on the piece and you put the top half on there, you zip it up and you vacuum it.
Well, you'd put the desiccant sacks in first.
Okay.
Before you vacuum it.
Okay.
They're little
Okay.
squares about
Jason.
that big.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
just toss
okay.
them in there.
Well, I'm just wondering how you would move the vehicle once you got it bagged.
On a
you're not-
flatbed trailer.
You'd have to put the bag on the flat bag
Right.
and then drive
Okay,
the car on the
okay.
flat bag.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah,
not going to
'cause
roll.
the tires don't
Jason, thanks so much
Yeah.
for stopping by.
Very
I
much
really
so.
appreciate
Great
it. Very
idea.
informative, great idea.
You have a
Where are
website?
Website?
Yes, it's nothingin.com. It's under actual construction right now. So
It
as soon as
crashed.
we get it back,
Yeah.
they crashed it. So as soon as we get it back up,
And your display is here?
yes, sir. It's right around the corner right here. You guys can see it. You can
Kind
pull
of
on it. You can tug
Right
on
over
it.
here by the classic car
We're-
corral thing.
Yeah, do you know where the Jeep?
Right.
The little,
Camp Jeep.
yeah, the little thing over
Right.
there. We're like right in front of it, right on the side. Yeah.
Awesome.
Great
Yeah,
to
you
talk
guys
to
can-
you. Thanks so much for stopping by. We appreciate you. You're on the
Sure.
In the Wheel Time Car Show. Thanks so much for joining us today. Coming to you today from the Houston Auto Show. We'll be right back after this quick break. Let me tell you about a locally owned and operated group of dealerships called Bayway. Bayway owner Daryl Wisniewski is born and raised right here, and he knows Houstonians better than anyone. Bayway Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, Bayway Lincoln, and Bayway Chevrolet are managed by Lincoln Stahl. And when you get to know these guys, you'll want to become part of the Bayway family too. Feel good that you're part of Houstonian-owned Bayway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.com, BaywayChevrolet.com, and BaywayLincoln.com. Remember the name, Bayway. Tailpipes and Tacos expands again. Now you'll be able to participate at 3 Loopy Tortilla locations. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's premier Saturday morning cruise-in, featuring made-to-order breakfast tacos, fresh coffee, and good times. Mark your calendar for Saturday, June 19th for Tailpipes and Tacos, now at 3 Loopy Tortilla locations. Highway 249 in Tomball, West U on 59 near Kirby, and in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard. At Tailpipes and Tacos, you'll see collector cars, hot rods, customs, magnificent originals, and resto mods. Cars from all over Southeast Texas cruise in and show off in a friends and family event at 3 Loopy Tortilla Mexican restaurants in Katy, Tomball, and West U. Drag racer car enthusiast and Loopy founder Stan Holt brings you Houston's hottest cruise-in, Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, June 19th, 8 to 11 a.m. The In Real Time Car Show will be broadcasting from the Katy location. Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday morning, June 19th, 8 to 11 a.m., now at 3 locations, Tomball, Katy, and West U, weather permitting. You see all the new ceramic car wash cleaners on TV now, but John Gray at Gulf Coast Auto Shield has been using ceramic coatings on Houston's most expensive cars for years, and he'll tell you that nothing beats the real thing. Gulf Coast Auto Shield installs a coating over your paint that actually comes with a warranty. If you just picked up your Lambo, your Aston Martin, Porsche, Ferrari, any other exotic car, chances are your car will have company that have already found Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Now, you don't have to own an exotic. Maybe you got a truck, an SUV, or even an older vehicle that needs a little love. Well, let John Gray give it a look and give you an estimate on refurbishing that paint and making your vehicle look new again. How about getting a gift certificate for the wife's birthday or anniversary from Gulf Coast Auto Shield and tell her, honey, I know you love your car, so why don't we get it looking new again? It'll be the best gift ever, one that she'll never forget. Get hold of John Gray at gcautoshield.com or give him a call, 832-264-0670. Gulf Coast Auto Shield. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.